The National Environmental Agency. Document is approved by the National Environmental Agency. Development Plan of the Geology Department. Current condition and the necessary arrangements. Geology Department, Tbilisi, 2014. The slide shows the comparison of current and ideal conditions of Geology Department. The chart presents main activities of the department. Blue columns show the current conditions and the yellow one shows the standards to be reached. On the top of the columns are written the amount of units and percentage. The red column presents the overall current picture of the field. Geological monitoring, geological processes, groundwater. Main activities. Geomonitoring studies of geological processes for assessment. Landslides, mud flow, debris flow, rockfall, rock avalanches, etc. Geomonitoring studies on a highly sensitive areas to geological disaster. Hydrological monitoring of groundwater. Assessment and inventory mapping of boreholes, wells and springs. Current conditions. In 2013 was estimated 739 settlements. Field trip for 30 days. Overall, there is 3,668 total number of settlements. There are 25 selected highly sensitive disaster areas, not on a regular basis. In 2014, hydrological monitoring of groundwater, 15 days for preparatory work. Necessary arrangements. In order to have a deep and comprehensive picture, it is recommended to increase the amount of estimated settlements to 1,500. In order to have a deep and comprehensive picture, it is recommended to increase the amount of geomonitoring studies by 5 groups, 2 geologists in a group, on 150 highly sensitive areas, additionally twice per year. Groundwater monitoring, inventory, evaluation, assessment. In order to have a deep and comprehensive picture, it is recommended to increase the amount of field trip days to 40 in each region, to increase staff members to 30. Necessary arrangements. Geomonitoring in order to assess geological processes. Number of staff 21. Field trip days per year 90. Field trip allowances, including fuel in euro, 35,416. Assessment of sensitive areas to geological disaster. Staff number 10. Field trip days per year 40. Field trip allowances, including fuel in euro, 7,083. Hydrogeological monitoring of groundwater. Staff number 7. Field trip days per year 40. Field trip allowances, including fuel in euro, 4,666. Sum total, staff number 38. Field trip days per year 170. Field trip allowances, including fuel in euro, 47,166. Increasing staff members to 30. Sum total investment, 166,500 euro. This slide illustrates necessary arrangements to be done for geological monitoring. 739 settlements were estimated in 2013, but in order to have a more comprehensive picture, it is recommended to increase the amount of settlements to 150 and the amount of field mission days to 40. Possible extreme activation of natural disaster. Necessary arrangements. Assessment of existing and under construction strategic facilities, roads, oil and gas pipelines, etc. Operative assessment of the current condition during the extreme disaster activation. Preparing visual engineering, geological reports, inferences. Providing recommendations and arranging necessary measures. In 2013 was observed 267 settlements and 1,500 houses and plots. Note: the aforementioned studies will be conducted in case of possible natural disaster is expected. Instrumental geomonitoring observation in a highly sensitive areas to geological disaster. Modern equipment will be installed on the highly sensitive geological disaster areas, which will provide an information about the landslides and mud flows. Necessary arrangements. Installation of a modern equipment on highly sensitive areas. In order to have a deep and comprehensive picture, it is recommended to arrange early warning system and install a geomonitoring equipment on 25 points. Need to purchase modern equipment between 10,000 to 100,000 euro. Traveling allowances on a first stage 8,333 euro. Staff 8,333 euro. Sum total investment 1,012,450 euro. Note: the price of modern equipment depends on a type of geological process, quality of movement and activity, and a general scale. Sensor equipment. First of all, it requires a detailed geological surveys. Methods and instruments for landslide monitoring. The type of amount of equipment depends on intensity and strength and other parameters of landslides and mud flow, debris flow. Early warning system. The early warning system contains complex research, geological, hydrological. Based on it will be selected the necessary equipment for landslides, mud flow, debris flow areas. Regional units. Necessary arrangements. To create a regional units in a highly sensitive geological areas, particularly in two regions, in western Georgia, Kutaisi, and in eastern Georgia, Tel Aviv. Need to purchase. Increasing staff members to 8. Salaries per year, 32,000 euros. Transportation expenses, 8,333 euros. Note: expenses for car and office purchasing are not included. Sum total investment 40,333 euros. The State Hydrological Monitoring Network of Groundwater. Regional units will be relevant leverage for the agency to improve the intensity of activities. Hydrological observation points. In 1984, there were 350 points. From 1984 to 1991, there were 154 points. In 2013, 2 points in Kalauri and Zegani. Installation of modern equipment on 3 boreholes is planned in 2014. Necessary arrangements. In order to have a deep and comprehensive picture, it is recommended to renew the hydrological monitoring network on 152 objects, borehole, well, spring. To equip a hydrogeological network. Field research, water sampling. To assess the logged data. Need to purchase. Hydrogeological equipment. Unit price fluctuates from 1,500 to 2,000 euros. Trainings to obtain a modern methodology for assessing a data. 4,166 euros. Sum total investment 307,166 euros. The State Hydrogeological Monitoring Network of Groundwater. This slide illustrates 2 boreholes equipped under the Czech Development Agency project. The automatic hydrological monitoring network equipment provides an information in online regime about the parameters of groundwater. Mineral resources management. Necessary arrangements. Creation of a state fund of geology. Need to purchase. Creation of digital database of state geological funds. 332,000 euros. Processing and generating of digital database of funds, single expenses. Sum total investment 332,000 euros. Geological survey. The geological maps will be created and renewed based on a special geological reports. Necessary arrangements. Geological survey, renewal of state-owned geological maps in a different scale. Need to purchase. To increase staff members to 10, 40,000 euros. Traveling allowances, including transportation expenses, 16,670 euro. Exploration of a state's strategically important minerals with the modern technologies, aerophoto image analysis, usage of geophysical equipment, and etc. 207,480 euros. Note: all the aforementioned activities can be implemented in a parallel way. Sum total investment 264,150 euros. Geological survey. It is shown mono and stereo satellite images and their pixels and prices. Complex Geology Laboratory. Complex Geology Laboratory gives an opportunity to conduct a detailed geological research in various infrastructural constructions, roads, pipelines, and etc. Necessary arrangements. Equipment. Mineralogical and petrographic. Unit amount 1. Unit price in euro 83,340. Geochemical lab. Unit amount 1. Unit price in euros 41,660. Physical mechanical analysis of soil geotechnical. Unit amount 1. Unit price in euro 62,500. Sum 187,500. Need to purchase. Laboratory price 186,500 euros. Single expenses. To increase staff members to 6, 24,000 euros. Sum total investment 210,750 euros. Complex Geology Laboratory. The laboratory is an importance in terms of commercial activities to fully evaluate mineral resources. Equipment. Necessary arrangements. Purchasing field and office equipment. Need to purchase. Equipment. GPS. Unit amount 15. Unit price in euros 415. Digital photo camera. Unit amount 15. Unit price in euro 249. Outfit clothing. Unit amount 40. Unit price in euro 500. Water level measurer 60 meter. Unit amount 7. Unit price in euro 208. Water temperature measurer. Unit amount 7. Unit price in euro 63. Tent. Unit amount 15. Unit price in euro 83. Sleeping bag. Unit amount 40. Unit price in euro 63. Geological hammer. Unit amount 40. Unit price in euro 42. Geological compass. Unit amount 40. Unit price in euro 42. Filled backpack small. Unit amount 40. Unit price in euro 63. Filled backpack big. Unit amount 40. Unit price in euro 125. Binocular. Unit amount 15. Unit price in euro 83. Sum 37,520 euro. Additional costs emerged after the necessary arrangements are financed. Additional travel allowances 80,200 euro. Equipment to purchase 1,730,160 euro. Trainings 12,500 euros. Creation State Geological Funds Digital Database 332,000 euros. Subtotal investment 2,154,860 euros. To increase staff members to 98, additional 54 staff members, expenses 215,120 euro. The expenses for additional staff members to be hired are not included in sum total investment. The full implementation of the aforementioned activities and increasing of the staff members to 98 will provide an opportunity to reach the ideal standards. Information users, Government of Georgia, Emergency Management Department, the Ministry of the Internal Affairs, Ministry of Agriculture of Georgia, Ministry of Regional Development and Infrastructure of Georgia, Ministry of Energy of Georgia, Ministry of Labor, Health and Social Affairs of Georgia, Ministry of Economy and Sustainable Development of Georgia, Ministry of Culture and Monument Protection of Georgia, Ministry of Internally Displaced Persons from the Occupied Territories, Accommodation and Refugees of Georgia, Central and Local Self-Government Bodies, Population, Media, Non-Governmental Environment Protection Organizations, Agencies eligible having share in co-financing, Ministry of Regional Development and Infrastructure of Georgia, Ministry of Energy of Georgia, International donors, Ministry of Internally Displaced Persons from the Occupied Territories, Accommodation and Refugees of Georgia.